Hello guys, my name is Godsent of Scentfarms and you're welcome to this channel. Today's topic I want to talk about quail, and this video excuse me, and on this video I want to share some of the things that you need to have in place before you start your quail farming journey, before you start stocking your quail. Now, first thing you want to do, just like every other farming ventures, before you start the process of farming, you want to do your proper research. You want to find out, you want to gain some knowledge about that particular animal or that particular crop, as the case may be. You want to gain, you want to be pre-informed about that animal. In this case, now we're going to be talking about quails. So you want to do your research, try and find out some vital informations about quails, their characteristics, how to sex them, how to raise them, what you need to feed them. So those are some of the kind of housing they need. So those are some of the basic informations you want to get before you start raising quails, before you start going into quails. But for me, here in Scentfarms, we actually did. It actually took us, I think, 3 to 4 months of research, especially on YouTube. I'm going to give much credit to the likes of my Farms and Slightly Redneck, and also Dexter World, all there in YouTube, sharing lots and lots of information on how you can grow your homestead, or grow your quails, or grow your food in your backyard. So I actually was waking up, and literally waking up and going to bed on YouTube, doing research, trying to gather some knowledge about uh, quails. And with what I've gathered, I think it's enough for me to kickstart every other knowledge I can gain from experience while I am already farming your quail. So first thing, you want to do your research about the animals, gain some knowledge about the animals before you start. That's going to be the first point, first thing you're going to need. Now the second one you're going to need is going to be the housing, or the space where you intend to keep these animals. After you've done your research, you probably know that there are different types of housing system that you can use to raise your quail. Now this is a cage system, and you also have the deep litter system, and where you have them on a very big room. You can roam freely inside the room. That is a deep litter system of raising quail. So you want to check your environment and see what best suits you, or what you have, or what you can afford to have. If you have a larger space, or you already have a barn or a room, you can go ahead and use that to raise your quail. Or if you don't, you can decide to invest in building of quail cages like this. It's not an option to free range quails like chicken. Now the third thing you want to have in place is going to be, now the caging system. There are of three type of caging system that you can use. Now if you're going into the caging system, now you have the okay, the third thing you want to have at hand if you want to go into quail farming is going to be an incubator. And that is, let me say, is an option. It's optional to have an incubator. Yes, because you can decide to incubate your eggs and hatch them yourself, or you can decide to continuously buy chicks and brood them yourself. So that is why I said having an incubator is an optional a thing. You can also decide to be buying your grow out can decide to be buying grower and stocking growers. Like what we started with a grower. We got ours at 5 weeks of age, and more than half of them are already laying eggs. So you can decide to have an incubator. If you have the resources, you get an incubator, then you hatch your eggs yourself and brood them yourself. And then the second type of the fourth thing you want to have in place before you stock your quail is going to be your your hash your brooder pen. Yes, that's the third thing you want to have in place, your brooder pen, in case you're going to be going into hatching your eggs yourself, or you want to be buying chicks. You're certainly going to have a brooder pen where you're going to brood those chicks. A brooder pen is just similar to the cage system, but the structure is well enclosed to retain heat inside. So if this is to be a brooder pen, you have all this place completely sealed off with a little vents to vent out excess heat or for ventilation purpose. But the major purpose of a brooder pen is to retain heat inside. But what you can see here is this is a breeder pen, this is a breeder cage. So you have the whole place netted, you have free ventilation, air passing through every angle of this cage. But that's because these guys here are breeders already, so they can withstand the cold temperature, unlike the chicks that cannot withstand the cold temperature. So you want to put them in an enclosure where it can retain heat for them to keep them warm so that it can be able to survive. Now, going away from the brooder pen, you're going to be keeping your chicks in the brooder pen for between 1 to 2 weeks of age. Then at 3 weeks of age, you want to transfer them to the grow out pen. The grow out pen is going to be something like this, but without the egg rollout system. That is just the difference between the grow out pen and the breeder pen. Now, if you can see here, let me get the camera close and show you guys what this cage looks like. Now, if you can see this space, this extra space here, this is the egg rollout tray. What this actually does is that it automatically collects my eggs for me, so I really do not need to open the cage to pick my eggs, because quails will just lay their eggs anywhere they see, anywhere they can find. They will just lay it haphazardly around the cage. So to avoid cracks or breakage or loss of eggs, this is the best caging system for your breeders. But in the case of a grow out pen, you really do not need this, though this can serve both purpose, but you really do not need this. You really do not need this inclined floor to roll out your eggs. So you just have a flat floor of your cage for your grow house. Yes, as a type of caging system. Let me see if I can show you the slope of the cage. Get down a little bit. Okay, so as soon as they lay, the floor is actually inclined. So as soon as they lay their eggs, is automatically going to roll out to this space. So all I need to do is just to come here at the time of egg collection and just pick them from the outer space without me opening the cage. So it actually helps you to reduce the amount of time that you're going to be interfering or spooking them inside. So you don't really need to be accessing the inside of the cage pretty much often. And if you have your feeder outside and your automatic water system, you will really open your quail cage to um, interfere with their life. So everything is basically automatic. So this is one of the best caging system you can have for your growers and also for your breeders as well. Now, taking them from the grow out, they are going to be in the grow out cage for between 3 to 6 weeks of age. Now, as from between 6 to 8 weeks of age, you should be expecting your quails to start giving you eggs. So that is when they mature, and especially I'm talking about the Cottonix quail. These are Cottonix quail. There are other quails that takes a longer period of time, even up to 6 months to get to maturity and start laying. But the Cottonix quail is one of the best breeds of quail that is suitable for egg production and meat production, basically because it attains maturity between 6 to 8 weeks of of age. So by then you're already getting eggs and you're already getting a steady supply of meat. So these are Cottonix quails, and so at 3 to 6 weeks of age, they're going to be in the grow out pen. Then 6 to 8 weeks, you move them to. At 6 weeks of age, you move them to the breeder pen so that they start giving you eggs, and you have the automatic egg rollout system. You're good to go. Then the seventh thing you want to put in place is to ensure that you have a steady supply of a steady lighting system of at least 12 hours. Yes, what this does is it actually encourages an uninterrupted laying of eggs from the quails, because the lighting system actually plays a vital role in them laying eggs. Now, if you're keeping them inside a barn or inside a room, you want to ensure that the place is properly lit up with lights. Yes, minimum of 12 hours supply of light. Now, if you're putting them outside, you pretty much have the free sunlight at your advantage. And if you're not getting enough of that, you can also introduce some artificial lights here to extend the time of them having access to light. What I do here is my quails usually start laying as from 4 p.m. between 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. out there. So yeah, that is the period with which they start to lay. So once I notice the day is getting darker before 6 p.m., what I do is that I introduce an artificial light here, a rechargeable lamp. I put a rechargeable lamp here to also extend the lighting period to about 9 p.m. or 9 p.m. Yeah, I extend it to 9 p.m. So it encourages them, those that are yet to lay, it encourages them to drop their eggs. That's why I can maximize my egg production here in the quail. Guys, that is all I have for you on this episode on quail farming. And you want to stick to this channel, if you've not subscribed, please do that. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome. Thanks for following Scentfarms channel. And drop your comments. Any question you have, you can ask on the comment section, or you want to reach us on our WhatsApp on the phone number you're seeing on your screen. Any question at all, any contribution, constructive criticism is welcome. Observation is welcome as well. Stick to Scentfarms as you grow your farm with Scentfarms. We're going to be bringing you more and more topics, exciting and educating topics on quail farming and rabbit farming here on this channel. So you don't want to miss out. stick to Scent Farms. I'll see you in the next video, guys.